Today we're installing 2014 to 2019 Chevrolet GMC double cab with the little small doors in the back, not a crew cab, no armrest in the center. This is a split 60-40, 60% big part on the driver's side, smaller 40% side on the passenger seat. As you notice, this one is leather interior. A great way to clean up your leather interior is just simply you slap on the seat and bounce all the sand and the grit that gets stuck in the cracks here, and you can just sweep that out or vacuum it out. You want to make sure on leather seats that you completely remove all the sand and grit off of the original seat so we don't trap any of that in between the two. The abrasive effect of trapping sand in a seat cover in it can actually scratch the leather. So we got the seats all cleaned up. We're going to start off on the installation by installing the headrest cover. Now you'll notice the headrests are adjustable on this model, and they do actually remove with two small push buttons here. But just to kind of help me install the headrest cover, I'm going to leave that on there, and that's just going to help hold the headrest for me. All the parts in your seat cover are labeled on the inside right of each piece. As you'll see on this one is the H, stands for headrest. We give you a parts list which shows you all the parts and what we call them with the abbreviations along with the instructions. Okay, so we're going to slide this on with the extending hook Velcro to the front. And how I do that, I'll just grab it on the front and back, kind of use a sawing motion to get it down in position. Then you just work it over one side, then the other. Okay, and at this point we'll just remove that. So lift it up, and again we're just going to depress the push buttons to get that out of there. Make sure you keep the seat bottoms folded up. If you try to keep the seat bottoms down, you won't be able to remove the headrest. So seat bottoms up. Now as far as installing the cover, we want to line up the seams of the cover to the seams that are on your headrest. So I'll pull that down, and we'll just make sure that we're lined up left and right. Here it's looking pretty good. Make sure that the headrest is pulled down into position. Where you want to work the fabric, so where this piece of material and this piece of material are sewn together, I've worked the fabric to the inside edge. That just makes a nice clean corner. Work the other side down as well. For connecting, we're going to simply tuck this hook Velcro underneath the back edge and connect that up to the loop Velcro. And the easiest way to do that, just press it and hold it to the back side. Press that together. It don't have to be too tight. Not a lot of stress on that headrest. It's not going anywhere. Let's go ahead and set that aside. Next, I'm going to install the seat bottoms. The driver's seat bottom and the passenger seat bottom install the same way. They're identical for the installation. On that, I typically start out with the seat bottom, so when I'm routing my Velcros from the backrest, they're not getting stuck on the fuzzy carpet underneath the seat here. All the parts, like I said, of your seat cover are going to be labeled inside on the inside right of each piece. As you can see, PB, passenger bottom. We're going to put this on with the hook Velcros, the extending hook Velcros to the top. And this back Velcro, I'll take that and just roll it up a little bit on itself so that when I pull it on, it's not going to stick on this fuzzy carpet on the way down. Just work that down a little bit at a time. And just like that headrest, you want to work those seams outward. So where this is sewn together, I'm pinching that seam where this piece and this piece are sewn together. See, if I didn't fold that out, it's not going to look very good up there. We're going to work that seam. We're going to do that on the bottom as well. Working this down into position. And next we're going to take and tuck this top edge in with the hook velcros. Carefully sneak that back in there. Okay, you want to make sure we get those lined up left and right. Make sure we're covering the seat. Lift the seat up. Okay, next we're going to grab this hook velcro and pull this down. This is on the side skirt, so you'll notice when I fold this down, you can see how it's just going to pull that seat cover in real nicely to that back edge right there. Hold that real nicely. We're going to pull that and connect. At this point too, we can reach behind and grab for those hook velcros we tucked into the seat. They're simply just going to pull forward, connect right up to the fuzzy carpet under the seat. What I do typically, I'll start on one side and work my way across. That way it's nice and smooth across the back side. Next we're going to go work this outside one here. Same way, it has a hook velcro, but we're going to tuck it behind the plastic. Okay, next we're going to tuck this corner in. And as you see, this is a little difficult here. It's going to tuck underneath the plastic here. You just gently move that out of the way. Slide your hand down the side of the seat here as you're pulling on that velcro, nice and gently. And we'll just let that tighten up. And what I did is I just press that right to the fuzzy carpet. Okay. Last step, we're going to take and tuck this piece underneath the plastic, and then we're going to take and fasten this hook velcro to the fuzzy carpet underneath the seat. And like I said, I usually start on one side and work my way over that side. Once you've got it done, then we'll just go ahead and move the seat up and down, make sure everything's working, nothing's getting hooked up. Next we're going to work on the passenger top. Again, you'll notice the passenger top, well of course it's the small side, but on the inside right, we're going to have PT labeled in there. So just disconnect these velcros, temporary. Now keep in mind, this backrest installs the same as the driver's. The only difference is the driver actually has a seatbelt in it, which we don't have to make an opening in the cover. You just take the cover like this, move the seatbelt out of the way, put the cover on. No openings needed for that. So we'll just show you the passenger side. So what I'm going to do starting off is I'm going to turn this velcro inside out. This velcro is sewn on there to attach to this fuzzy carpet on the top of the seat, but I'm going to turn that inside out. Next we're going to tuck the fabric of the seat cover under the plastic for the headrest, and you always want to start on the push button side. So I'm going to tuck this side under, then that side. When I come to this other push button, I'll tuck under this side, then that. You don't want to tuck from here down onto that button, you could damage it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just tuck that under that side. As you can see, generous opening there. We don't want to break any of the buttons off. Okay, we got those on. We're going to keep that turned inside out, but we're going to pull the top of the seat cover over the inside part of the seat here. Fold over and just connect right to that fuzzy carpet on the back side. Push that all the way up, make that a little easier. Okay. Now as I can see that, I put that a little bit too low. I'll bring that up to the corner. And we want to make sure, and this one is doing it, we want to make sure that we work the material from the fabric from here to this side. So I just work that around the outside in that corner. And that corner's looking good. So next thing I'm going to do is we're going to tuck in the front edge of the seat cover, but then these corner velcros are actually going to come around underneath the corner of the seat, and they'll hook to little side loop velcros we have on the inside edge. So alright, now that we have the velcros fed through, you you want to pull that seat cover down and into position. So I'm just going to pull that down. This Velcro is going to go right around the back corner, and it's going to hook right up to this Velcro here. Okay, so we just do this by just pulling on each piece, get it nice and tight. And I'm going to take and run this Velcro right around the back corner. It's a little bit tight getting through there, so what I can do is just lean that thing forward a little bit, and you'll be able to reach right around the back corner and pick up this Velcro right here. So what I'll do, we'll just pull in that Velcro here, pull it tight. Seat cover's looking good across the front. I'll take and pin that Velcro, hold it there with this hand, and then I'm going to pull the seat cover tight and put it right onto it. So it should look nice and smooth on the side of the seat. The inside one's a little tougher. I'm going to have to lay on my back to do this one. I'm actually going to put this seat up. I'll let this seat come down a little bit, and I'm just going to reach my hand in here. When I push this in on the side, I'm going to leave that thing folded, kind of like that, okay? It's going to stay folded inside out, and then I'm going to hold that Velcro up against the seat, and when I push my hand into this Velcro, it's just going to take this loop Velcro, and it's just going to curl down, and it'll touch to that Velcro on the back side of the seat. So I'm going to reach up and around, tighten this down, and find where the two seats come together. That's where I have to hold this Velcro nice and tight. And I'll just push this Velcro right on top of it and connect them in the back, just like so. Everything stays nice and tight. And you want to move the seat up and down, make sure everything stays connected, nothing's being pulled out. Great time now to go ahead and drop the headrest back down through. Again, keep your seat folded forward. Again, keep your seat bottoms pushed into the backrest. That'll keep those held up. Again, driver's side installs exactly the same as the passenger side. Okay, now we're going to install the driver's top. The only difference really in the two is the driver top is going to have a big 2-inch wide hook Velcro at the bottom here. We're going to run up the back side of the seat, and it'll just help snug in the front of that, and it's going to fasten to the top of that. So carefully open the sides of the seat cover and move the seat belt away. Seatbelt is mounted to the back of the cab, so we don't have to make any special openings for that. Then I would just go ahead and lift the seat bottoms up into the backrest. You notice the back of the seat pulls away from the back of the cab, and we're going to, like we did on the passenger, we're going to tuck the seat cover underneath the plastic for the headrest, starting with the push button side. Go ahead and place the inside over there, and we're going to keep this back side curled up again until we get that in a position where we want it. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to line up the seams of this seat cover to the seams that are on your seat. You can feel them underneath here as you're holding on to it right here. I'm just going to curl that over. There's the corner of the seat right there. I can just pull that tight. This has to rotate forward, I can tell a little bit, to fit onto the corner. And before we go ahead and let that fasten, we're going to want to hook up this guy. First step though is to hook the right and the left. If we hook the right and the left, that's going to center that seat cover. Here again, when we're doing that, just like we did on the passenger side, I'm going to leave this side untucked on the outside. I'm going to route this Velcro around the inside or the back edge, and then I'll just take my fingers like this and I'll just push in with the seat cover, and that seat cover, that Velcro will just roll on top of the Velcro you have underneath. May take you a couple of times to get it. Just use patience as your guide, and Take your time in doing so. Pop this over this outside corner to hold it there. Tab. Put all of our Velcros through. Okay. And as I'm right here, I'm going to hook up this outside Velcro. It's like the passenger side, you got to tip the seat down a little bit to be able to get that Velcro around the back corner of the seat. So as you can see here on the front side, when I tighten it, tightens that cover up nicely right down into the groove, and I can just fold it up in the backrest. So I'm going to hold that, press it to the seat, take this outside edge of the seat cover and press it right to that Velcro. Hold that nice and tight. Go ahead and work on this inside Velcro. Again, this is going to be the tough one. These two seats are really tight together in the center. We're just going to reach underneath here. Again, I'm going to wrap that around the corner. I'm going to press this Velcro right to it. Easiest done by laying down and reaching under, for me, with my left hand. I'll let that seat come down a little bit. Push that Velcro right on top. Like I said, guys, this is something you might have to do a couple of times to get it, because it is a real tight location in here. Sweep your hand down the side. That should have it. Next, we have this big long Velcro that we tuck down into the seat. I'm going to fold this thing in half lengthwise, okay, with the sticky facing in. Basically just stiffen that up like a ruler. We're going to take this, we're going to poke it up the back side of the seat. And what we'll have to do is we're going to have to tip this seat forward a little bit, and that'll get the bottom of the backrest to pull away from the cab a little bit. When we do that, we'll just pull this ahead a little bit. It's a nice long Velcro, so let's get it started up the back side exactly where it's sewn on. I'm just pushing that up, and you can just put the seat bottom back up into the backrest and just reach down behind here, locate that Velcro. It's right here. All right. And then just open it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look down the front side of this. I'm going to sweep my hand down the front side. See how it tightened up there a little bit? Gained a little slack out of it. And now, I'm still holding that pressure on there. I'm going to take that Velcro and just press it to the back side of the seat. Last step, we'll just reconnect all this Velcro here in the top. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Everything's fitting good. Here, and again, we're going to want to move that seat up and down, make sure everything stays connected, nothing's catching. All right, put that headrest back in. This installation is complete.